Hello everyone, this is a bit of review or a bit of showing tell of what I've done with the metal house at Super Vehicle-001, the metal bug, or as most people will know, the metal slug from the Metal Slug game series. And I actually built it for quite a bit of time. I think it's built it for about 2 weeks already. And if you want a bit more of a review detail, you can actually check out Meat's review. But overall, this is a pretty fun model. It is not as good as I thought it would be in terms of the quality. The plastic is a bit waxy and some of the details are not very good. Some of the fit does require a little bit of trimming and mess around with to actually get them together. And even so, some of the gimmick that was intended, such as the turret, was intention. The intention was that it's supposed to be a bit posable, moving left and right and up and down. In reality, it can't really do that. Mainly, the two rod on the front that is supposed to be flexible are not that flexible. They sort of restricted the left and right rotation movement of the turret. And secondly, the back, because there's quite a lot of detail on them, and they're really close to the two exhausts you can see here. But anyway, you don't actually see the turret move a lot in the game anyway. The most you can see in the game is this thing lifting up when it got hit, or when the whole tank is jumping. This will actually go a bit higher, and when it lands, go a bit lower. So that's not a big problem. The machine gun Falcon is still rotatable, can actually rotate. They actually just pack in anyway, but they're pretty snug, so you can actually put them in and it will hold in position pretty well. What else? There is quite a lot of detail. The individual tracks are actually stuck on, so you can actually choose to deliberately push them all the way down to be as close as possible to each other, or like what I'm doing here, deliberately let them spray out a little bit at the front edge, so that it looks like actually crawling out, trying to dig into the ground, which is a pretty good effect, and it does match how it looks in the game. The most of the detail is not actually on the top of the tank, however, it's actually on the underside. There are a lot of suspension detail on the inside, as well as these two, which I'm thinking is supposed to be exhaust, but I decided not to drill through them. Yeah, picking them out with gold and silver does add a bit of color. But at the end of the day, because it's a tank, I decided to weather it out, which you can probably see the nozzle is being darkened, as well as some of the detail around exhaust, the gun barrel, some of the front that's deliberately slightly darkened, and the tracks are sprayed with a bit of a brown to actually give it a dust effect, which at some places show up much better than the others. The one of the best places to show is actually on the bottom, where it's basically dust the whole thing with the light brown dust paint through an airbrush. And it does look pretty good, pretty convincing. I'm not quite sure how well this camera is actually showing, because at the moment I'm using my phone camera to actually show it, because out of all my proper digital camera and compact camera, this is actually the only one that actually shoot in 720, and I thought that it would be a better idea to actually show it in a bit more detail with a bigger video. So yeah, one thing a bit disappointed, they did not give me a clear part to go to the inside for the lens, so at the moment it look a bit bland. I might actually put a clear gem plastic piece in there to actually simulate the lens effect. So yeah, this is pretty good. It's pretty fun. I would recommend it to a experienced modeler, people who actually have built things like cars, model, etc. before, because this one would definitely need a full repaint from top to bottom once you build it. and it will definitely look much better with dusting effect, weathering effect, and if you're good at it, you can even camouflage it. So that's basically it for me. Join me in the next video.